Well, while we were there in Washington, D.C., I caught up with the chairman of the Louisiana Farm Bureau's Young Farmers and Ranchers Committee, Marty Wooldridge, to find out what he and the other young farmers and ranchers learned.
Well, Avery, what we've learned in the past 2 days up here is that, first of all, the voice of Louisiana agriculture is as strong as it's ever been. And being up here on the Hill, we have been very well received. So it shows us that we are actually making an impact by being up here, putting a face, putting a voice, telling our story from back on the farm in Louisiana, how what they do here is impacting us on a day-to-day basis.
And what a lot of folks probably don't realize is what impacts you guys impacts consumers down the road.
Oh, exactly. Discussed with several congressmen lately the greenhouse gas tax that the EPA has proposed over the past couple of years. The congressional delegates that we met with yesterday are trying to get the EPA back off of our backs right now. But on my end, a livestock operation, if they tax me for a greenhouse gas emission, that's going to be only passed on to the consumer for all of us down the road. We'll all end up paying for that tax.
And I know another big issue that's going to be coming up here on the Hill is the 2012 Farm Bill. What would you like to see our delegation get in there for Louisiana?
Well, we're very interested in all aspects of the Farm Bill. The 2008 Farm Bill worked very well for us. We worked well within the means, the budget that was set up for us. We had security with our finances when going to the bank because we had those crop provisions in there. The conservation issues, very important to us in Louisiana, especially for us young producers. It gave us a chance to do some improvements on our properties, our farms, our lease land, that we were able to make ourselves more efficient and even more environmentally friendly.
And I know that things are a little bit different for young producers. I mean, the average age of a producer, of a farmer right now is 57 and a half. You guys being 35 and under, how are the issues just a little bit different for you guys?
Well, we're very concerned. One of the biggest issues we're concerned about on that is the estate tax. And just recently, they've given us some leeway with that, a $5 million waiver, and that's going to help a lot of us as we see farms transition down, because that's just one more worry that we don't need to have to deal with when we're trying to jumpstart our businesses, get going in our operations. When you're worried about financing, when you're worried about crops and droughts and things of the nature, we don't need to be worried about paying an estate tax on something that our families have already owned for several generations.
I know that's something that's going to be discussed a lot here in the political world, which, inside the Beltway, it's not exactly like it is back home or anywhere else in the country. What's your overall impression of the political process here in Washington, D.C.?
Well, with the representatives that we met with yesterday from Louisiana and we're continuing with today, I have renewed faith in the process because they were very receptive to us, sat down, heard our concerns, explained what they were trying to do to even go further than on some things that we had not even thought of or dreamed of yet.
And obviously we recorded that while we were in Washington, D.C.